What's goody casters? Plus Master here. Special announcement for you guys. I am going to be on Ted's Basement Expo. I'm not sure it's going to be the number 2 or number 3 to present my game that I'm making, my very own TCG, and I am looking for you to help support me in the development and funds of the game, if that is something you're interested in, by backing me on Patreon. I just created a $10 tier, and it'll be for genuine support, but you guys will not be forgotten, okay? Like, I will extremely appreciate everything that you guys do forever. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure what that's going to entail, but you will be taken care of. Don't you worry. And let's go into it a little bit. Let's go here with the artwork. Right here what I got is Rei Yukamari, which is going to be the main character, which, yeah, I would like this to be an anime cartoon eventually. It may be more like of a kid one, but it's going to be similar to a Pokemon, Digimon, Naruto, all of those kind of anime style things where you can enjoy them as a kid and then you find a lot of life lessons in them and really important meanings in them as you grow older into the teens and, you know, your 20s and stuff like that. Haven't hit my 30s yet, so I don't know, but I value, like, man, the Digimon anime is beautiful. I love them. That's actually my favorite. I like Digimon anime over Pokemon. I just think it's super great. And this is his personal dimensional demon, Sharky Boy, standing right next to him, which he is a fireman shark demon. He's a water type, so which will go into the 9 different types really quick here. There'll be water, ice, fire, lightning, earth, grass, dark light, and wind. Okay, and there's weakness in this game. So, if you're familiar to something like Pokemon, then water, ice, fire, lightning, earth, grass should all be straightforward and make sense to you guys. You know, water is strong against fire, fire is strong against grass. Grass is strong against water, ice is strong against grass, lightning is strong against water, earth is strong against lightning, earth is strong against fire, grass is strong against earth. And then dark and light are weak to each other, and then wind is on its own separate island, not weak to anything. Okay, so there's that. What we got going on and why I could use your support, because currently the roadmap plan is to do 3 separate drops. Each drop will contain 3 starter decks with a different aura. The first one is going to be wind, water, and light. The second one is going to be ice, grass, and dark. And then the third one will be fire, lightning, and earth. So if we can get enough funding for this, we should be able to get all of the element types all at once, all dropped. And instead of each drop of there being 3 elements and a half booster, there'll be the drop of all 9 starter decks and a full booster. So, it's just I don't have the fundings to be able to just pay for all of that out of pocket, so I was just breaking it up into parts, so hopefully, you know, the first drop will get me the money back to be able to create the second drop, and then that will give me the money back to create the third drop, and then that money will get me so on and so forth, which I am trying to do the math. I need to make a little bit of money out of this, just because I do want this to become a company, and once we get that money ball rolling, we'll be able to go into things like the animation, which I have great universe ideas for the animation and why the battles exist. Okay, and then that's also what you would be kind of imagining while you're playing the card game. Okay, so let's go into the starter deck real quick. So all the starter decks will be pretty generic. Basically, like there's going to be X amount of cards. Like every starter deck comes with those. All you'll need to do is buy one starter deck and you're set. You can sit down and play right from there. And then either the half boosters, because if I have to do it my way with the 3 drops, there'll be 3 starter decks and a half booster each drop. But the booster or the half boosters are going to basically help upgrade your deck to the next level. And each starter deck will come with 1 holo of your boss level 4 dimensional demon for that deck, and then there will be all the other cards will be considered common because they all come in that starter deck, so they won't be holo and they'll just be common. Eventually there will be alt arts that come in holo of those cards, so those will kind of be the chase cards. And then each starter deck should, depending on how I can fluctuate the price, because I want to make it look appealing to purchase. I want that number to look good, so you're like, yeah, I'm okay with spending X amount to get a booster box with, not a booster box, a starter deck with 1 to 3 packs. So it'll come with 1 to 3 packs, minimum 1, but if the numbers work out and stuff like that, and I can do the starter deck that comes with 3 packs, then that'll be beautiful. That's kind of what I'm looking to do, but we'll just have to see. And then the packs themselves will come with 6 cards, which will be 3 uncommons, 3 uncommons, 2 rares, and 1 holo. 6 cards. So the holos will be holo rare versions of some of the uncommon cards, which are mainly gonna be your uncommon or common cards, because you'll get in the starter deck you'll get 1 holo of your level 4, and then the other 3 will just be commons. All the dimensional demons will be at a set of 4 in each deck, and then all the other cards are limited based on the limit size stated on the card, and you'll get pretty much the max limit when you buy that starter deck. There's literally only like 2 cards where one you'll get 1 less of, and then 1 you'll get 2 less of, but it's like a balancing kind of thing, just for like power. And then it makes it like easy to take 1 out and put that in and stuff like that. Easier to like upgrade your deck and stuff like that. But you will have full access. There's not going to be like you have to play this, you have to play that. When you buy the starter deck, it's just like a nice design structure, and then you can figure out how you want to build the deck going on, as long as you keep to the spell and trap limit size, which I should be going over that in Ted's basement, or if not, I'll be making more videos, especially if you guys are commenting and interested in this kind of stuff and backing me on Patreon. The Patreon link should be down below. You can also just go on Patreon and type in Shiny Ho Ho, join that $10 tier list, and help me out tremendously in getting this game funded so that it can be created, because it is going to be a TCG for the players, by the players, because once it comes to a certain point and we have all these starter decks out and all the half boosters, or we have all the starter decks out and a full booster, which at that point I might make full boosters, half boosters, and all the starter decks. If we have the money for that, the fundings for that, it'll all go down all at once. And then from that point on, after people, I'll give it some time, people can start sending in orders to me to have things drawn, or they can send me stuff drawn by them or artists that they like, that they pay, and send it to me. But I would just make sure that you keep it original, right? No copyrighted stuff, and you make sure whatever artist that you're having do this knows this, and that you are claiming full ownership of the artwork. Their name, though, I'll need their name, because their name will go at the bottom of the card, like illustrated by, designed by. And so illustrated by artist and illustrated by your name. So you'll be able to create your own dimensional demon and take it one step further. And then I will be coming out with more starter decks, or maybe I can just do a booster box and stuff like that as time goes on, because there's already so many cards that I want made, to once it gets to a certain point, they're going to be required. So to come into the game, to keep the game balanced, is a very in-depth game, but it can also be very casual and new player friendly. But it still maintains the balance. So it's going to be based off of skill level, but at a same point, like if you're just running around with the starter deck, it's still, I will say, I think it still would be possible. You can run around with just one of the starter decks and, take games, but most likely you're going to need to upgrade the deck to just be able to continue with the power creep that your friends and people at tournaments are doing and stuff like that. So there will come a point, that you want to upgrade your deck, okay? And then there'll come a point where once all the elements are out and people are having to worry about weaknesses, don't worry, it's already in plan, and it's something beautiful about the game that I'm really excited about too. Those will be available. So there's going to be a side deck, so that's where those cards will most likely go, is they'll go in the side deck, unless you want to main deck a couple of them, but they'll mainly go into the side deck, and then based on your matches, you'll be like, okay, I need to take these out and put these in, and then this will cover my weakness, blah, 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 kind of deal, right? So it's pretty cool. A deck size is 40 cards. You start with your level 0 already on the board. And each of these starter decks will come with, it's either going to be 43 or 44 cards, and currently I think it's going to be 43, just because one of the cards is not, it's in the rare slot, it's not in the deck, so it doesn't really make sense to put its extra deck card inside the starter deck, because you'll be like, oh, why is this here? I can't even play it. So those will be in the half boosters or the booster. Let's give you guys now, since you guys have semi of a breakdown on it, and let me know if you guys want to see more videos about me talking about it. I will be on Ted's Basement Expo 2 or 3, I'm not sure what's going on. Most likely 3, I think that might be the best option, so that I can have a good amount of time to talk about stuff. So we're going to go over, scoot over, make sure you guys can see the card, because they'll be popping up right here. This is a sample card here. This is Shark Bite, and up on that top left hand corner, you can see that it's a level 2, and that box shape thing that the level 2 thing is, the color of that and the color of the border is gonna be what symbolizes the element type of your dimensional demon. So example of this one, it's blue, so he is water, and it right below in that black rectangle, it says level 1 Sharky Boy. So this guy levels, Sharky Boy levels into Shark Bite, which I showed you the artwork for Sharky Boy in that little sketch with the main character there. And then Shark Bite is this guy's name, and he has 100 LP. He has 2 different attacks. That's his artwork right there, right in the middle. He's got 2 different attacks. One is Wet Jet, which deals 500 damage. And, whoops, I'm missing a 0, I just realized, on that LP. That's supposed to be 1,000 LP. That's an easy fix. I didn't realize that. So I'll have to fix that real quick. Maybe I should just do that. All right. Anyway, it'll be changed. You guys will see it as 1,000, but currently right now I just noticed it and it's not. But you guys will see right there the LP is 1,000. You can see it for yourself right there. So Wedget, it hits for 500, and how you deal damage in this game is that your attack has to be equal to or greater than your opponent's Dimensional Beastie's LP, and then the excess damage of it will go to their life barrier, dealing them 1 damage of the 6 life barriers that they have, and one of those life barriers will go to their hand, and once they lose all 6 and you attack them directly, you win the game. So that's how you win, but there's a lot of mechanics to be able to get to that point. To help you get to that point that make it strategic, so it's not just like, I attack, oh dang, you hit me first, now I'm gonna lose. There's very much so comeback potential in this game. I think it's very well designed, thank you very much. But his second attack, well let's go back to this wet check attack. As you can see here, it's got 2 little bubbles, one being a like kind of grayish color and then one being a blue color. Those signify energy. So there's 1 colorless energy and 1 water energy, and you can do this wet jet attack. You can attach energy once per turn, and that's it. What's energy? What cards are energy? So every card in your deck will have multiple uses, right? And besides the first use of everything about the card on top of it, its second use will be that it is a energy that you can declare as an energy and place it underneath your dimensional demon. So if you have Shark Bite here and you place another Shark Bite underneath him, and the turn before that you put a colorless card, now you can use Wet Jet, because Shark Bite is a water dimensional demon. So he will count as a water energy. Any card that doesn't have a color will be considered colorless, which is that other bubble. And then his other attack, Search and Dive, costs 3 colorless. Which colorless can also be any color, but your waters can also count as colorless. That should be obvious, right? So if you have 2 waters, you can use Wet Jet. If you have 3 waters, you can still use Search and Dive. So what Search and Dive is going to do is it just says, search your deck for the next level, place it on top of this card. So how the game mechanic works is once you attack, unless stated otherwise, it ends your turn. So you'll use Search and Dive, you'll level up to the next guy, and you'll end your turn, which could also be considered as a defensive play as well as preparing for offensive plays. So that's a little breakdown of one of the sample cards, and this is the layout of the card. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's really clean. I hope I didn't give too much away here. But I'm about to watch this one myself. Remember, if you guys like this video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share it to someone that you think will be interested in backing the game, and check out my Patreon, Shiny Ho Ho. It should be Shiny Ho Ho TCG. Back me and help out with that $10 tier. You know, then the longer you're in there, the more I am going to remember that in the long run. Okay, so what else we got here? And I'll keep you guys updated when I'll be on Ted's Basement at Expo, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting you guys' support there. Depending on things, how things go, I was considering doing some kind of Kickstarter deal for the booster box, but we'll have to see. That'll be like a later booster box, which those will just be kind of like, I mean, you don't really play with Kickstarter cards in my opinion, so those will be, it will be designed as a set for collectability. So they'll have, excuse me, they'll have alt arts and hollows of cards that don't come in hollow and stuff like that, and then they'll have that little Kickstarter stamp. So that's a little bit more down the road, along with the development of your own cards. Okay, that'll be a little bit longer down the road. Once all 3 drops happen, or all 9 elements happen, that's when we'll start designing other cards. That's when talk of Kickstarter will be brought up. And then we'll do the alt arts. You guys can make your own things. And then we are going to start up again on a new set of Dimensional Demons, new characters for each 9 elements. And then that will also have a little half booster or booster, depending how we're doing there. And then there'll be another Kickstarter for that one, which will be collectability for all of the cards from that second set. Because there'll be 3 drops that are all technically going to be the same set, unless we can work together to get the money together to make it all one drop, one set. And then the Kickstarter will come after it, and there'll be alt arts with hollows and stuff like that. Same with the set too. The next whole rotation of 9 different beasties, or 9 different dimensional demons, or 9 dimensional demons based off of an element each. They'll have hollows and alt arts inside that Kickstarter box. And that thing will be straight collectability. You can bling it. I don't see why not. But you could, if you're like, oh, I want the alt arts, so I'm gonna get these, or get the box so I could play the alt arts just because I want my deck to really look really good. You can do that as well, but they can also be collectible. So I look forward to your guys' support, and let's see how far we can go with this, you guys. Let's see what we can do, all right? Because it is, once again, a beautiful TCG by the players, for the players. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to check out that Patreon, you guys. Let's create something amazing here.